Welcome back to the channel. Yep, I've gone back to my old voice, instead of this one, which I used in the previous report. While the new voice was more expressive, it also came with a number of downsides, including cost, and in addition 70% of voters preferred the old voice, for a variety of good reasons. So, after 83 reports, I'm just gonna stick to doing it this way.
I'm dug in, and I'll never change.
Thanks to everyone who gave their feedback, and if you did prefer the new voice, oh well. Anyway, enough preamble nonsense. It's time for my orcs to have a long-awaited rematch against Black Templars. Let's take a look at the rosters, and start the timer. We're playing tear down their icons, and for secondaries I choose Green Tide, get to good bits, and bring it down, while Templars go for shock tactics, grind, and banners. Here's my deployment. I put the Mega Dread in a teleporter, the Copters and Storm Boys deep strike, and the Scrap Jets go into reserve. Everything else is fairly well hidden behind obscuring terrain, with Gaz and the Truck Boy Mega Knobs near the front of my deployment zone. Templars deployment. Blade Guard and characters are near the deployment line. The Eradicators are in the ruins here, but we're playing ground floors as fully blocking, so they're safe for now. The Brutalis Dreadnoughts, the Centurions, and the Gladiator go into reserve.
Yeah, shit me pants, I'll hold my hands up.
Templars get the first turn, and here's their movement. They can't shoot anything, so some of the Blade Guard just move up a bit, and the Impulsor moves on to the bottom right objective, along with the Emperor's Champion. The Assault Intercessors disembark. And that's turn. My turn 1. Some units stay back, but the Truck Boy Meganobs surge forward with Gaz in hot pursuit, and the Kill Rig moves round to get some shots off on the Blade Guard. A closer look at where the Truck Boy Meganobs have ended up. I intend to try for a turn 1 charge into the Eradicators and hopefully wipe them out.
If you want some, I'll give it you.
It's a roughly equal trade, but the Templars army is just freaking bristling with meltas and whatnot, so removing a few of them right off the bat would really put my mind at ease. A better angle of the Kill Rig. Here you can see my furthest unit of Gretchen moved up to get to good bits on the objective for 4 points. I have another unit of Gretchen nearby for redundancy, here, safe in the ruins. I don't have much in the way of shooting on the table yet, and the Kill Rig just whiffs, while a few stray shots chip a wound off the Impulsor. Just one charge, and the Mega Knobs make it in. But, it turns out there's just no way of them getting in on the Eradicators without the sneaky Judiciar intervening with his frickin' 6-inch heroic.
Oh, fuck, man, really?
We really got down to the nitty-gritty and got the old measuring sticks out, and it couldn't be avoided. This means the Meganobs fight last. Because of this, 2 die before they can strike, and the remaining 3 don't quite manage to wipe out the Eradicators, killing 3 and leaving the multi-melta guy left. So, partial success, but not quite what I'd hoped for.
Little trouble there.
Templars turn 2, and he brings all his reserves on. 1 Dreadnought comes on behind the repositioned Impulsor, and the Gladiator comes on way in the backfield. You can just about see the front of it in the bottom right corner. The other Dreadnought comes on over here, along with the Centurions, to threaten my Kill Rig. Plus, he zoomed his Chaplain into these ruins here, with a +2 to charge aura, so both units now only need 7-inch charges. Rerollable.
Oh, good God.
A closer look at the scary mountain of Melta and fists about to crash into me. In shooting, I get pretty lucky and only take 7 wounds on the Kill Rig, despite an absolute metric shit ton of fire going into it. Then, Gazkul takes just 3 wounds, but a 4th one creeps through from a piddly bolter. I fail my 2+ save? And I fail the CP reroll too, so he ends up taking his max of 4 wounds.
Oh, I'm having a little difficulty.
The Centurions make their charge into the kill rig, and the Dreadnought charges the Gretchen. The kill rig is flattened into paste, but somehow the Dread only kills 5 Gretchen, and after morale 3 are left standing. The truck knobs are then easily dispatched by the Emperor's Champion and Judiciar. My turn 2. I simply have to deal with these bastards in my backfield. The Mega Dread comes on at the back to hopefully charge the Brutalis. I also bring on my scrapjets and copters in such a way as to be able to target the threats in my backfield, and send my remaining knobs, and a unit of boys, to help out. A closer look at that. Also, the depleted Gretchen fall back, and the others come across and do get to good bits again. I keep my Squigosaur back for now, but Gaz absolutely has to charge in. Unfortunately, the Templars have positioned in such a way that he can't get past the Impulsor, so Gaz will have to charge that, instead of the tasty Dreadnought.
Well placed.
In shooting, my avalanche of rockets manages to bring the Dread in my backfield down to 4 wounds. Everyone makes their charges, and the Mega Dread easily mullers the Brutalis, but Templars are then able to interrupt, and the Centurions butcher the Meganobs. With no armor of contempt to contend with, the remaining regular boys do manage to slay 2 of the Centurions, though. Gazkul slays the Impulsor, although it's a close thing, due to its invulnerable save. Templars turn 3. The Emperor's Champion heads down and prepares to charge into Gaz. The Gladiator comes forward, and his impenetrable interwoven blade guard and character blob takes the center. In shooting, the lone surviving Eradicator, with a multi-melta, manages to take 4 wounds off Gaz.
Okay.
The Gladiator targets the copters, but rolls quite poorly I think, and only kills 1. The Assault Intercessors then bundle on to Gaz, along with the Emperor's Champion. The Champion slays him, but I fight on death and slay the Champion in return. The boys also finish off the last Centurion. My turn 3. I start to worry about my home objective, and the Storm Boys can't do anything else useful, so I bring them down to bolster it. Other than that, it's hard to get angles to shoot much, and I just do a bit of repositioning in my backfield, and finally send the Squigosaur forward to munch on the Assault Intercessors. In shooting, I kill a couple of Blade Guard with massed rockets, then the Squigosaur easily mullers the Intercessors, and bellows a furious challenge to the remaining Dreadnought.
Big Chungus sends his regards.
Templars turn 4. He starts moving up with a 5th turn play for my vulnerable home objective in mind. The Dreadnought squares up to my Squigosaur. Not much happens in shooting, and in the only combat, we take 3 wounds apiece. The Beast Boss is a frickin' tanky bastard, that's for sure. In my turn 4, the Beast Boss falls back and manages to contest the nearby objective, which was being held by the Impulsor.
This guy's a jerk.
I scramble as much as I can onto my home objective, which is the copters and scrapjets, and the Storm Boys fly up, and, try to form some sort of defensive line or something. How this will help, I have no idea.
Completely ludicrous.
The boys start scrambling across too. The sneaky unit of 3 Gretchen are still holding the other objective, so I've been getting 8 every turn. Shooting is quite effective for once, and a withering hail of rockets brings the Dreadnought down to just 2 wounds, as well as slaying all but 1 of the approaching Blade Guard. There's actually a combat this turn too, as my Mega Dread had started moving towards the center, and now charges the central Blade Guard. However, it just completely bounces off, and takes a few wounds in return. Dang it. Templars turn 5. So the pictures look different now cause my phone died, so my opponent kindly let me use his instead.
I failed you.
Essentially, in this turn, the Storm Boys get blown away by the Gladiator and other random bits of shooting, and the remaining lone Blade Guard, Judiciar, and Chaplain then make their charge onto my home objective, slaying all the copters and leaving just the 2 scrapjets. So, they now control the objective. This also scores them their first points for shock tactics. Elsewhere, I think the Dreadnought just tries a charge on the Squigosaur, but whiffs, and is mullered in return. The Mega Dread combat in the center continues to be a stalemate. My turn 5, and it's down to the boys to try and reclaim my home objective by the end of the turn. Otherwise, I'll only score 4 for primaries. Hold on! Well, the boys make their charge. The bastarding Judiciar obviously makes them fight last, but 2 of them do survive, and don't run away. Although only the lone Blade Guard dies, Orks reclaim the objective, and that ends the game. A shot of the whole table at the end. The Mega Dread fell back, to deny Templars grind this turn. I'm not sure why the Squigosaur didn't have a go at killing the Impulsor. Anyway, let's take a look at the scores. Geez, it really came down to the wire. Templars lead by 4 on primaries, but Orks are ahead by 8 on secondaries, making it a 70-66 victory to Orks. I realize in hindsight I didn't do a great job of explaining our secondary progress as we went along. Templars had 2 secure banners for most of the game, so got a decent score on that, but struggled on their other secondaries, especially shock tactics, which they only scored 4 for. I scored 6 out of 8 potential bring it down points, and I feel that Green Tide went about as well as it could have. The victory is really down to my Gretchen cheesing out get to good bits, which I easily maxed out even with only doing it on one objective each time. That, and the successful turn 5 scramble from my Ork boys, to reclaim the objective. Without that, the game would have been a frickin' draw. Phew, and we're done exactly on time. So much happened in this one that it was tough to fit into the 10 minutes, but I feel having the time limit helps to keep me focused on the important details rather than rambling too much. This was one of the toughest, most nail-biting games I've played, and it really could have gone either way. If I'd failed a few more saves at crucial moments, or if Templars had had a bit more luck with their Melta shooting, which by and large was fairly lackluster, the scores would have been reversed. Anyway, it was great fun, so thanks to my opponent, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe, and all that shiz, and I'll see you in the next report. Goodbye.